University Challenge. Asking the questions, Jeremy Paxman.
Hello. Now only 4 teams remain in the contest as we play the first of our 2 semi-finals. Needless to say, whichever team wins tonight will take their place in the final match in a couple of weeks' time. The team from Manchester University arrived here by knocking out Bristol in round 1, the University of York in round 2, and in their closest match so far, the London School of Economics in round 3. Whether there's any advantage in being the home team playing in these Manchester studios remains to be seen. But tonight's team consists of 2 undergraduates and 2 postgraduates with an average age of 23 and an accumulated score so far of 775. Let's meet them again.
Hi, my name's Sonny Patines. I'm from Birmingham and I'm studying for a PhD in pharmacokinetics.
I'm Ruben Roy. I'm from Manchester and I'm presently studying medicine.
And their captain.
Hello, my name's Matthew Yeo. I'm from Lichfield in Staffordshire and I'm doing a PhD in the history of the book.
And I'm Simon Baker from Fleet in Hampshire and I'm reading politics and modern history.
Now, the last time the team from Lincoln College, Oxford, played, they had a very easy time of it, beating Queen's College, Cambridge, by an extraordinary margin of 335 to 50. The best we can say about their opponents on that occasion was that they seemed very nice people. Before that, they also beat St John's College, Cambridge, who lived to fight another day as one of the highest-scoring losing teams, and the University of St Andrews, who didn't. Their average age is a year younger than their opponents tonight, at 22, and their accumulated score so far is 835. Let's meet the Lincoln College team again.
Hello, I'm Roberto Rossi. I'm from London and I'm studying for a DPhil in classical archaeology.
Hello, I'm James Cranley. I'm from Northwich in Cheshire and I'm reading medicine.
And their captain.
Hello, I'm Ashley Walters. I'm from Ripley in Derbyshire and I'm reading history.
Hi, I'm Andrew. I'm from London originally and I'm studying biochemistry.
Well, you could all recite the rules better than I can, so fingers on the buzzers. Here's your first starter for 10. Variants of what surname link the author of biographies of Dickens, Shakespeare and T.S. Eliot and Agatha Christie title character...
Lincoln Walters.
Ackroyd.
Ackroyd is correct, so you get the first set of bonuses. Lincoln College, they're on a Prime Minister, noted for his aggressive and controversial foreign policy, who became Prime Minister in 1855 and continued in office with only a short break until his death in 1865.
Palmerston?
Correct. In 1850, Palmerston, as Foreign Secretary, caused outrage by blockading which country in order to secure compensation for Don Pacifico, a Portuguese merchant claiming British citizenship whose house had been destroyed in a riot?
Cyprus?
No, it's Greece. As Foreign Secretary in 1830, Palmerston was instrumental in securing the independence of which state, known before the French Revolution as the Austrian Netherlands?
Belgium.
Correct. Another starter question. Carol Vorderman, Attila the Hun, Don Juan, Desmond Tutu, Jeff Hurst, Damien...
Manchester Yo.
Degree classifications.
Indeed, that's right. None of you will be going for Carol Vorderman, I imagine. Right, your bonuses are on symphonies, Manchester. Written as a tribute to both his brother killed at the Battle of the Somme in 1916 and his fellow soldiers, Morning Heroes is a choral symphony by which English composer, master of the Queen's music from 1953 to 1975?
Arthur Bliss?
Correct. Sometimes known as the Battle Symphony, Beethoven's orchestral work, Opus 91, commemorates Wellington's victory over the French in June 1813 near which city, now the capital of the Spanish Basque country?
Bilbao?
Bilbao? Yeah, Bilbao. Bilbao?
No, it's Vitoria. The siege of Leningrad during the Second World War inspired the 7th Symphony of which composer, born St. Petersburg, 1906?
Dmitri Shostakovich.
Correct. Another starter question. Which country united with Lithuania in the 16th century to form one of the largest...
Manchester Roy.
Poland.
Poland is right. Your bonuses now. Manchester are on 2-letter codes of UK postcode areas and words they spell. For example, the Guildford and Teesside postcode areas together spell the word guts. Firstly, the 2-letter postcode areas that are home to HMS Victory and the city associated with Robin Hood together spell what word?
Nottingham. Pond?
Pong. NG is Nottingham.
Yeah.
Pong.
Correct. Secondly, the two-letter postcode areas of the headquarters of the DVLA and National Insurance, respectively, spell what word?
Swansea and...
SA.
Yeah,
Swansea.
and
What's National Insurance?
where's National Insurance?
Glasgow? No.
No, Edinburgh?
Sage.
No, Sage, no. No idea.
No, don't know.
National Insurance.
London, go. Salif. What?
Try Sage.
Sale.
Sale.
What's Sale?
Try Sage.
Come on, let's have an answer.
Sage.
No, it's Sane. There's Swansea and Newcastle was the place you were looking for. The two-letter postcode areas of London's fourth airport and the area known as the Potteries together spell what word?
Lost.
Lust.
Yeah.
Lust.
Luton and Stoke-on-Trent, yes. 10 points for this. Gather of it every man according to his eating, and omer for every man according to the number of your persons. These words in the King James Version of Exodus refer to which phenomenon which supposedly sustained...
Manchester Patines.
Manna from heaven.
Manna is right, yes. Manchester, your bonuses are on the ideal gas law, which gives the relationship between the pressure, volume and temperature of an idealised gas. Firstly, whose law states that if the temperature remains constant during a process, then the product of the pressure and volume is a constant?
So it's Rout's law, Henry's law, Pascal's law. It's going to be those three.
Your decision, I'm afraid.
Is it Rout's law or Henry's law? Could be Henry. Why not Henry? No, come on.
Say Henry.
Henry's law, okay.
Henry's law.
No, it's neither of those, it's Boyle's law. Charles's law states two variables must have a constant ratio when which of the variables remains constant?
Temperature.
No,
was the other one temperature?
which law was it? What did he just say?
Charles's law, is it pressure?
Temperature.
Temperature?
Yeah.
Okay, go for temperature.
Temperature.
Yeah.
Temperature.
No, it was pressure. If the temperature of a gas is doubled, by what factors does the average speed of each molecule of gas increase?
By what factor?
It's factor of 2. Isn't it? 4.
Squared.
Squared.
It's the square root of 2, root 2. We're going to take a picture round now. For your picture starter, you'll see an outline map of a major international city with any helpful place names removed. 10 points if you can identify the city highlighted in green.
Manchester Roy.
New York City.
It is New York City. It's famously divided into 5 boroughs. Your picture bonus is again an outline map of the city with 3 of the 5 boroughs highlighted. In each case, simply name the borough. First, for 5 points, borough A.
Staten Island.
Staten Island.
Correct. Secondly, borough B.
Queens.
Queens.
Correct. And finally, borough C.
Manhattan.
Well done. 10 points for this. Nekton are swimming marine organisms capable of locomotion for extended periods of time at speeds greater than those of ocean currents. What name from the Greek meaning wanderer is given to marine organisms that drift and have no effective means of locomotion?
Manchester Yo.
Plankton.
Correct. Your bonuses are on large families. The 20th child of his parents, which figure is noted both for his paintings of parrots and for nonsense verse that includes the owl and the pussycat?
Edward Lear.
Yes. The 20th child of the Sultan of Kedah, Tunku Abdul Rahman, became in 1957 the first Prime Minister of which newly independent Asian state?
Malaysia.
Correct. Which composer's 20th child, Regina Susanna, was born in 1742, 2 years before the marriage of his 5th son, Carl Philip Emmanuel?
J.S. Bach.
Correct. 10 points for this starter question. The stage satires of Henry Fielding are believed by some to have given rise to the law in force from 1737 to 1968, under which...
Manchester Yo.
The Lord Chamberlain.
Correct. Was the censor. Your bonuses are on novels, Manchester. Catherine Forley, known as Our Little Saint, and her dissolute twin brother Nick are characters in The Bell, a 1958 novel by which author?
Oh, yes, that's the Bell Jar, isn't it?
Bell jar.
Is it the Bell, then? Is that Soviet? Is it Iris Murdoch? Iris Murdoch.
Okay.
Iris Murdoch.
Correct. Alex Forley runs wild with her girls and rebels by reading literature in which first novel by Belinda Webb? It's set in a dystopic Manchester and has a title and theme derived from a 1962 work by Anthony Burgess.
Oranges are not the only fruit.
No, that's Jeanette Winterson. It's a Clockwork Apple. And finally, Forley is the surname of which of Thomas Hardy's title characters?
Jude, the abscond.
Well done. Yes. Another starter question. Work this out before you buzz and then give me 5 words for your answer. Which 5 common 3-letter words begin with the same letter and end with the same letter but have different vowels in the middle and mean, in alphabetical order, sack, beseech, large, marsh and a type of insect?
Manchester Baker.
Bag, bog, beg, big, and bug.
Correct. Manchester, your bonuses are on the linguistic phenomenon of meta-analysis, in which a new lexical item is formed by the movement of a letter across a word boundary. Firstly, for 5, a well-known example of meta-analysis is the shift of the letter N from the noun to the indefinite article to form which common word for a type of protective garment?
Vest, apron, lab coat, protective garment.
Chainmail.
And what does that mean?
Chainmail.
No idea.
No idea.
No idea.
No, it's an apron. You were right first guess. Bad luck. The modern name of which native reptile is the result of meta-analysis during the Middle English period?
Komodo dragon? No.
No, I know what it means. It starts with a vowel. And something.
Tyrannosaur?
No, it's not. The animal starting with vowels.
No idea.
OK, let's have an answer.
No idea, sorry.
It's an adder. And finally, nuncle, the meta-analysed form of uncle, is used on several occasions by which character in which play by Shakespeare?
Hamlet.
No, it's the fool in King Lear. Another starter question. Appearing on the side of Bendy buses from 2008, what 3 words complete the slogan sponsored by the British Humanist Association?
Manchester Patines.
God.
No, you lose 5 points. There's probably no God. Now stop worrying and...
Lincoln Mendelblatt.
Enjoy your life.
Yes. Right, see if you gather momentum with these bonuses. They're on impacts from space. The Torino scale was designed to help the press and public assess the impact hazard of a near-Earth object. For each description of a level of hazard, I want you to tell me its number on the Torino scale between 0 and 10. Firstly, a routine discovery in which a pass near the Earth is predicted that poses no unusual level of danger.
0?
No, that's 1. A collision is certain, capable of causing localised destruction for an impact over land or possibly a tsunami if close offshore.
9?
No, that's 8. And finally, a collision is certain, capable of causing global climatic catastrophe that may threaten the future of civilization as we know it. Such events mercifully occur on average once per 100,000 years or less often.
10.
Correct. Right. We're going to take a music round now. For your music starter, you'll hear an extract from a 19th century opera. 10 points if you can name the composer.
Manchester Yo.
Puccini.
No, you can hear a little bit more, Lincoln College.
Lincoln Cranley.
Bizet.
No, it's Verdi. It's from the Auto da Fe scene from Don Carlos. OK, music bonuses in a moment or two. Another starter question in the meantime. The Varanidae family of lizards, which includes the Komodo dragon, are known by which English name, possibly referring to their habit of standing on their hind legs?
Manchester Patines.
Monitors?
Monitors is correct, to warn of crocodiles. So you get the music bonuses, 3 more excerpts from operas by 19th century Italian composers. I just want the name of the composer in each case. Firstly for 5.
Italian. Let's take Puccini.
Right, let's have an answer, please.
Puccini.
No, it's Bellini. Secondly, for 5, who composed this?
Donizetti.
Well done, it is, from Anna Bolena. And finally,
Rossini.
it is Rossini, yes. Right, another starter question. Sometimes used to suggest an approach to public affairs that is amoral or coercive. What?
Lincoln Walters.
Machiavellian.
No, I'm afraid you lose 5 points. What term from the German denotes politics or diplomacy in which practical
Manchester
rather...
Yo.
Realpolitik.
Correct. Your bonuses are on religious orders. From the Latin for to beg, what name is given to religious orders whose friars are not permitted to hold property and have to rely on charity?
Mendicant.
Correct. Discalced friars or nuns belong to orders not permitted to wear what?
Habits. Can't be clothing.
Monks. It's habits, I think, isn't it?
Makes sense.
Yeah, sure.
Habits.
No, it's shoes. They may wear sandals. Which mendicant order, also known as the White Friars, has calced and discalced branches and is named after the mountain range in northern Israel and the West Bank, where it began in the 12th century?
Carmelites. That's it. I can't remember the mountain ranges.
Carmelites.
Correct. 10 points for this. Answer as soon as you buzz. What is 10 to the 3 minus 10 to the 2 minus 10 to the 1 minus 10 to the 0?
Manchester Patines.
989.
Anyone want to buzz from Lincoln College? Oh, come on.
Lincoln Mendelblatt.
889.
Correct, yes. Right, your bonuses are on scientists, Lincoln College. Born 1901, who invented a device for generating and storing electrical charge on a hollow sphere?
It's not Tesla, but...
Van de Graaff.
Correct. Born in Leiden in 1837, who devised a modified equation of state for real gases to account for the volume of gas molecules and their intermolecular interactions?
Boltzmann.
No, that's van der Waals. And finally, which physicist discovered the belts of electrically charged particles confined by the Earth's magnetic field that now bear his name?
No, pass.
Bad luck, you're nearly there. It's Van Allen. Another starter question. Sharing its name with a collection of bronzes in the British Museum, as well as a city in neighbouring Nigeria, which country became the first African state officially to recognise a traditional religion when it declared a national voodoo day in 1996?
Manchester Roy.
Benin.
Benin is correct. Yes, your bonuses are on Latin grammar, Manchester. What two-word alliterative term denotes a grammatical form described as the Rolls-Royce of Latin constructions, elegant, powerful and classy, and usually indicating the time or cause of an event?
Alliterative. Is it an ablative absolute?
Ablative, absolute. Good knowledge.
Ablative absolute.
Well done. What alliterative ablative absolute expression means the necessary changes having been made?
Mutatis mutandis.
Go for it.
Mutatis mutandis.
Correct. What alliterative ablative absolute expression has the literal translation, the position having been reversed?
Position locus.
No, it's alliterative.
But the answer would go.
Position is locus. Locus is the place, isn't it?
locandi.
Yeah.
But reversed. Locus loco.
Locus loco.
Come on.
Locus locandi.
Locus locandi.
No, it's vice versa. 10 points for this. Meanings of what five-letter noun include offspring or progeny, a matter of public concern?
Lincoln Mendelblatt.
Spawn.
No, I'm afraid you lose 5 points. A point on which a question depends. A
Manchester Baker.
Issue.
Issue is correct. Your bonuses now are on plays within novels. In which novel, published in 1814, did Tom, Maria and Julia Bertram try to persuade their cousin Fanny Price to join them in an amateur production of the play Lovers' Vows?
Isn't that Vanity Fair?
It's Jane Austen. It's Mansfield Park, isn't it?
I don't know. Mansfield Park.
Mansfield Park.
Correct. In which novel of 2001 does the 13-year-old Bryony Tallis try to involve her cousins Lola, Jackson and Piero in a production of her play The Trials of Arabella?
It's in the film.
Atonement.
Correct. In which novel of 1955 does Claire Quilty write a play entitled The Enchanted Hunters in the hope that the title character will play a leading role?
Jean Brodie, is it?
Prime Miss Jean Brodie.
Is it?
Yeah, let's try that.
Could be.
Yeah.
Prime of Miss Jean Brodie?
No, that's Lolita. We're going to take our second picture round now. For your picture starter, you're going to see a photograph of an artist in his studio. 10 points if you can give me his name, please.
Lincoln Rossi.
Andy Warhol.
Anyone want to buzz from Manchester?
Manchester Roy.
David Hockney.
It is David Hockney, of course. Right, Manchester, picture bonuses. 3 more photographs of 20th century artists in their studios. I want you to identify the artist in each case. Firstly, for 5.
Jackson Pollock.
Yes, could only be. Secondly,
Renoir, is it?
Is that a photo? Is it a photo? Is it a photo? I don't know. So it can't, if it's a
Painting,
photo, it can't be
Renoir.
19th century.
Is it Renoir?
Is it,
It's not,
is it a painting or a photo?
I can't even tell. Chagall.
What's he
Yeah,
painting?
you know what I mean.
Mark Chagall.
no, that's Peter Blake. And finally,
That's Warhol.
Andy Warhol.
that is Andy Warhol. 10 points for this starter question. 1688, 1775, 1789, 1905.
Manchester Patines.
Years of Revolutions.
Correct. Your bonuses, Manchester, are on philosophy. In each case, name the author of the following. First, for 5 points, Critique of Hegel's Philosophy of Right, written 1843.
What was the year again?
1843.
Let's have an answer, please.
Yeah, try.
Kierkegaard.
No, that's Marx. Second, Critique of Dialectical Reason, first published 1960.
60. Bertrand Russell.
Bertrand Russell.
No, that was Sartre. And finally, Critique of Pure Reason, published 1781.
Kant.
Yeah.
Immanuel Kant.
Correct. 5 minutes to go, another starter question. Also known as winter radish, and by its Japanese name of
Manchester Patines.
Wasabi.
No, you lose 5 points. The Japanese name of daikon, the carrot-shaped radish Raphanus sativus longipatinus, is commonly known by what name originating from Hindi? Come on. It's mooli or muley. Another starter question. In logic, an argument appealing to the emotions and not to reason, or one directed at a...
Lincoln Walters.
Rhetoric.
No, I'm afraid you lose 5 points. Or one directed at a person rather than their
Manchester
arguments.
Baker.
Ad hominem.
Correct. Your bonuses now are on German cities. Giving its name to a canal connecting the North Sea with the Baltic, which city at the base of the Jutland Peninsula is the capital of the German federal state of Schleswig-Holstein?
Yeah, must be the Kiel.
Kiel.
Correct. Which city on the Rhine, north of Cologne, is the capital of the state of North Rhine-Westphalia?
Hanover.
Angela Merkel's.
Is it Hanover?
Hanover?
Frankfurt.
No, it was Saxony.
Come on. Let's have it.
Dusseldorf.
Correct. Giving its name to a conference of summer 1945. Which city southwest of Berlin is capital of the state of Brandenburg?
Potsdam.
Correct. 10 points for this starter. How many figures are depicted in each of the paintings? The Supper at Emmaus by Rembrandt, The Birth of Venus by...
Lincoln Walters.
3.
No, I'm afraid you lose 5 points. The Birth of Venus by Botticelli and The Virgin of the Rocks by Leonardo.
Manchester Patines.
5.
No, it's 4. Another starter question. The words of the sentence, I am not here today, form a sequence in which there is a regular increase in the number of what from one member to the next?
Manchester Patines.
Letters in the words.
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
Your bonuses now are on hydrocarbons. In each case, give the common name for the hydrocarbon with the following molecular formulae. First, C4H10.
That's butane.
Butane.
Yeah.
Butane.
Correct. Second, C3H6.
So that's ethene.
Propene.
Methane. No,
No,
methane.
it's
It's
propene.
propene. Yeah, it's the third one. Yeah.
Come on.
Propene.
Propene.
Correct. Finally, C2H2.
Eth- It's no, it's not. Ethene is C2H4. This is it's oxyacetylene torches. Acetylene. Acetylene. Go for that. Yeah.
Acetylene?
Acetylene is correct. 10 points for this starter question. The authors of the novels The Getting of Wisdom, L. A. Louis and Romola, all had what in common as regards their pen names?
Manchester Patines.
They were female. Females pretending they were had a male pen name for a female author.
Yep, you got it. That's right. OK. The bonuses you're going to get now are on a mythical beast. Which mythical beast is found as a supporter both in the historical Royal Coat of Arms of Scotland and the Royal Arms of the United Kingdom?
Unicorn. A unicorn.
Correct. The so-called unicorn horns collected in medieval and Renaissance Europe were very often examples of the straight, spiral, single tusk of which Arctic cetacean?
Narwhal.
The narwhal? The narwhal.
Correct. Which constellation in the winter night sky in the Northern Hemisphere has a name meaning unicorn?
Pel? No. Is it Pel? No, that would be...
Unicorn, isn't it?
Unicorn. No,
Let's have an answer.
Pelagia?
No, it's Monoceros. 10 points for this. Which Italian city was the provenance of the old pretender's mother, of Luciano Pavarotti, and of the original balsamic vinegar?
Manchester Yo.
Medina.
Modena is correct. Your bonuses now are on Shakespeare. In each case, give the play in which the following matches occur. First for 5 points, Rosalind with Orlando and Celia with Oliver.
Oh, it's 12th Night, is it?
Midsummer Night's Dream.
Midsummer Night's Dream.
No, it's As You Like It. Second, Valentine with Sylvia and Proteus with Julia.
Try that again if you want.
No, it's not. Proteus? Cymbeline.
Cymbeline?
No, it's The Two Gentlemen of Verona. And finally, Orsino with Viola and Olivia with Sebastian.
12th Night.
That is 12th Night. 10 points for this. Answer fully if you buzz. The acronym BRIC indicates the four large...
Manchester Roy.
Brazil, Russia, India, China.
Correct. Emerging economies. Your bonuses are on radioactive isotopes. Radiocarbon dating used in archaeology measures the decay of which radionuclide or radioactive isotope in organic material?
Carbon-14.
Correct. Which household safety device usually contains the radionuclide americium-241, which is formed in nuclear reactors?
Smoke detector.
Correct. Radioisotopes of which element are used in medicine as tracers in the study and treatment of diseases of the thyroid gland?
Iodine.
Correct. Another starter question. Which three written or printed characters can at the gong? Lincoln College, Oxford have 30, the University of Manchester 345. Well, Lincoln, I'm afraid you were outplayed, and I kept on wanting to cry every time you buzzed in incorrectly, but you were doing exactly the right thing. But you were just a bit unlucky with the questions, and it's a much, much bigger institution, Manchester University. Many thousands of times, I think, probably. Manchester, that is a fantastic score, 345, a really convincing performance from you. We should look forward to seeing you in the final. Many congratulations. I hope you can join us next time for the second semi-final, but until then, it's goodbye from Lincoln College, Oxford.
Bye. Goodbye. Bye.
It's goodbye from Manchester University.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.
And you can catch Jeremy as a guest on The One Show tomorrow at 7. Coming up next on BBC One, Jeremy Bowen reports from Gaza in Panorama. Here on BBC Two, a grilling 18-hour shift in a professional kitchen for the MasterChef hopefuls. And the new series of The Book Quiz is continuing now on BBC 4.